Good morning. It is Monday, April 5th, 2021, and I am back here for Bed Talk 269. And we are here today to talk about, yes, triggers. Why? Because they're not being talked about. You should think about your leadership development programs, your corporate training, your on the site, on the job training, management training, leadership training, communication training. You're going to hear all sorts of things, a lot about emotional intelligence. I would really love to know, have you ever had a deep exploration or conversation in the workplace about triggers? Because if not, it proves my point that we are missing the point of triggers. Triggers are one of the biggest challenges we have in our communication, in our lack of empathy or perception of a lack of empathy. Same with compassion or a perception of a lack of compassion, with our relationships, certainly at work and in leadership, and in breaking or failing to build strong, trusting relationships, which is vital for leadership. You see, triggers are this huge reality in the way we interact with each other, but we're not talking about them. Why? Perhaps we don't know about them. Perhaps we think they're not relevant to leadership when in fact they are one of the key elements we need to work on in our leadership. And I can go on and on to talk about leaders or about triggers. In fact, I did a program just last week on a podcast about a process of being more aware of our triggers and responding to triggers, modulating them, et cetera. So triggers are a big part of leadership. Yet, I suspect that few, if any of us, have ever done any leadership work around our triggers. I'd love to know if that's true or not. So, send me a note, throw something in the chat, throw something in the comments as to whether you have done what you would consider more than superficial work around triggers in terms of your leadership and your management. And if you've talked about them, maybe put a note about what you've talked about. I just feel confident because in my journey, I'm not hearing or seeing anyone talk about it. And when I bring it up, most people look at me and say, "What do you mean? What are you talking about?" It's a big topic. It's a topic we're either avoiding or missing. And in either case, it's having a negative impact on our leadership, our management, our communication, our relationships, and at the foundation of all of it, our levels of trust. That's it for today. Keep taking care of yourself and everyone around you. And by all means, stay connected.